My name is Sam and you're welcome to this tutorials. I'll be taking you through the performance management module of the GOS HRM. I'm logged in as Chikanyawu on Microsoft Edge and Chikanyawu is the employee that is about to do his performance. I'm also logged in on Mozilla as Susan Red, who is the line manager, and I'm logged in on Chrome as Sam White, who is the second level reviewer. So let's start from from Chikanyawu. Chikanyawu, being the employee, can see his performance right here on a dashboard. So from here I can manage my performance. So from here I click on manage performance, and the moment I click on manage performance, I can come ahead right here to create a new objective. So this existing objective has been done, discussed and agreed, and the feedback is already submitted. So I want to do a new one for the new period, for the period. So the moment I click on this, it opens a new one for me, and I can see that the objective is pending and the status of the feedback is also pending. So from here I can just click on the on this button here and click on objective. By clicking on the objective there, I can come in there and populate the objective that I intend to deliver on in the current period. So right here I have values or objectives that have been set by the company for me, which are these ones that are here already, and I can now create additional ones from independent allocation. So I can just come here and click on, say for example, my objective on business. The objective for that metric is to make $1 trillion by the end of today, and the success measure, say for example, is revenue, and the key action is, say for example, to sell. Yeah, you document appropriately. Really, the target date is by the end of today, say end of the period, and I say this is 50% because this is independent allocation. So I say save, and it saves that right in. As I save all this, it saves right under here, so it's actually saving them as this category. So let's add a new one and say this second one is for revenue, and or for people, and it's to say to grow people. Smart objective, very key, please, to grow. Yeah, you put in a smart object to grow people from this to that. Success measure is, say for example, number of employees. Key action, say for example, is to have daily meeting, and I say to make up 100 I put 50 and I click on save. It says I should complete, please complete every field, so I did not put in the date, so I just click on save, and that at least adds up into this. So this tells me that I have all 100%, and I can just click on complete and send it to the line manager. The moment I do that, it would send a mail to the line manager. The line manager is Susan Red right here. So Susan Red would have gotten a mail. This is Susan Red. This is the dashboard of Susan Red. So I can just come up to the mail notification here, and it says Chikanyawu's 2021 feedback objective is complete. So I click on that, and I'll be able to navigate to the objective for Chikanyawu. So when I click on this, I'm able to see the objective she has set for herself. So if you can remember, this was what I put into the objective, and I can use this to link to go to the development plan for Chikanyawu. You will get to know more about the development plan when you actually check our video on learning and development. And this you can use to delete any of this, and this is to discuss and agree, this is to disagree, and this is to revoke it. So let's assume I'm making it discuss and agree. Remember, you're expected to have a meeting with your direct report when you're discussing objectives. So I say, oh, all is okay, and I click on discuss and agree, and the moment I do that, it becomes this becomes a formal document of how Chikanyawu intends to perform in the review period. So when I go back to Chikanyawu's page on the performance management page, I can see that Chikanyawu's objective status is no longer complete, is now discussed and agreed. However, the feedback status is still on pending. So from here, Chikanyanwu can come up at every point in time to his feedback objective form, and at every point in time, she can even schedule a coaching session with the team, with the reviewer or the line manager. So to do that, I just click on schedule coaching session, and it's going to allow me to select the day. Let's say it's today, and it's going to allow me to also select. I can either select that from here to do one, or I can also open the feedback, and from within the feedback I'm able to do one. So if I open the feedback from here, I can come right here to schedule two, and I'm able to schedule one with my reviewer, who is Susan Red. So I come here and I say, oh, I'm scheduling a session right here. The time is 9 a.m. or let's say the time is 2 p.m. And what are we going to discuss about? What objectives are we discussing about? I select all the objectives we want to discuss about, and I type an information that I want to send to her in a mail. I just say I need you, and I just click on save. The moment I've done this, it would have sent a mail to Chikanyanwu telling Chikanyanwu that I would like to have a coaching session with her. To Susan Red, because Susan Red is the coach, and is also the reviewer one. So she would have gotten a mail to say, oh, your direct report would like to have a meeting with you, coaching session on the 17th of November. So from here, she can see all the coaching sessions that have been asked for. So she can also navigate to the coaching form from here. So also, the employee that initiated this can also see the coaching session she has initiated by clicking on this view coaching session. This is from Chikanyanwu. So I can click on view coaching session and see all the coaching sessions that I've initiated. So I just initiated this for 2 p.m. So you can see 2 p.m. here. So I can just click on it when I get in for the meeting with Susan Red as the employee. And the moment I get in for the meeting, I can see all the things I selected, all the objectives I selected I wanted to talk about. So also, Chikanyanwu, Susan Red can also see that from the email that she got. So Chikanyanwu can at the same time document watch coaching notes for or Susan Red can document coaching notes for Chikanyanwu, and Chikanyanwu can also document for herself coaching notes and say, oh, I was asked to work, I need to work on my speech. So let's assume that's what they discuss. What's the takeaway? Fine-tune my speech. When must I do this? Let's assume I must do this by today, and I click on save. Now, the moment I document all this, the line manager, who is also the one that is having a meeting with me, can document more. So for example, on this, let's assume that the line manager has documented, rather than working on speech, the line manager said, work on you are to Chika is to work on a composure. And the key takeaway is that, the key takeaway is that make it better, and you're expected to meet up with that, say for example by this date. I click a save. Now all this information, all this is actually saved. So when I click on view, this is the coaching note that Susan Red has raised for Chikanyanwu, and the coach can also see the coaching notes that has been raised. So if I come here, this is Chikanyanwu, I can see the coaching notes that I raised for myself. And if I try to also see this, let me save all the ones I've done. So if I click on back from here, all those are actually, so I can see all the coaching notes really from here. And so also, let's do a back from here. I'm doing a back from Chikanyanwu here. Okay, so these are, I've done a back from here, so I can just do it back and actually get out from Chikanyanwu. So all the coaching notes that have been raised, whether I raised it for myself or the line manager raised it for me, when I click on view coaching session as the employee, I'm able to see them. So this is me, and I can just click on this, and I will be able to see all the coaching sessions, all the coaching notes for that particular meeting. So the meeting I had with here, I can see the coaching notes right here. The coaching notes are actually raised for myself, so I can see all that here. So now let's assume that we've had meetings and all that during the period. Now I want to document my performance. So I come back here to come and document my performance, and I click on feedback, and from the feedback I can start documenting my feedback and say, oh, I did so well. It's like a diary, so I can document as I achieve them. I document them and I save. As I achieve them, I document them and I save. I save with the date of achieving them. So for example, I come here and I say, I did all this. I was instrumental in achieving the corporate goal. Let's assume I'm just happy. Okay, achieving the corporate goal on, say for example, on the 13th, and I click on save. As I save them, all these are actually saving. So when I save all this in, when I'm done with this, I can now score myself at the end of the review session. So as I score myself, it begins to go into, so I'm scoring myself for each of the objectives that have been set. I score myself for each of the objectives that have been set right here. So I'm scoring myself for each of the objectives that have been scored. Remember, these are the objectives I set for myself. Please, a very key thing, if you don't score yourself, the default is 0. So the assumption is that you have a 0 if you don't score yourself, really. So basically the default is on 0. I'm changing everything so that basically I can score myself appropriately. And the moment I'm done with scoring myself, I can send to my line manager to put in our own feedback. So when I'm done, I can just click on complete, so that basically my line manager is going to get a mail to say I'm done with my feedback. So when I click on this, okay, so let me click on complete too. It says, do I want to submit? I say yes, and the moment I submit, it would have submitted it to the moment I submit, it says reviewee submitted. And the moment reviewee are submitted, when the line manager opens from here, it says Chikanyanwu's performance feedback for this period is complete. So this is Susan Red. So since she said it's complete, she can come in here, click on this so that she can see the feedback that Chikanyanwu has done. So the feedback that Chikanyanwu has done from the mail, or from, so if I click on my team, I can still see the same thing. For my team, the same thing is right here. By clicking on the view feedback, is the same place. So by clicking on the view feedback, I can still see exactly the same thing about the employee. Okay, so I'm on manager. Okay, so this is it. He has submitted, reviewee submitted. I just click on this and I click on the feedback because I just want to do a feedback for this person. I click on the feedback, and the moment I click on feedback, I can see everything she has scored herself already. Now I can also view the reviewee comment. This is what she actually put, and I can also do my own comments and say, oh, I concur, I do not concur, or this is what I feel about what she has done or what she has not done. And the moment I'm done with doing all that, I can also score her and say, oh, I score her higher than herself, and I score her for each of the objectives that has been set inside this particular objective form. So when I'm done with scoring her, I can just click on complete, and the moment I click on complete, I can now come and recommend, promote her, or any other recommendation, and put in a comment and then click on submit for review. The moment I do that, because this particular setup I've done as a reviewer 1, reviewer 2, and it immediately I'm done with that, it says reviewer 1 is submitted. Now the moment I've done that, it has sent a mail to reviewer 2. Reviewer 2 in this example, like I said earlier on, is Sam White. So Sam White would have gotten a mail to say, Sam White, you would have to actually finish the feedback for Chikanyang. So we can just go straight away into Sam White. So the moment I check on the mail, it says Chikanyang's performance feedback is ready for you. So I click on this. So the moment I click on this, I can navigate to that particular place from here. So I can navigate, and so also I could have navigated to also from approvers, because whether from the mail or from the approvers, they are coming back into the appraisal feedback. So all the feedbacks that are meant for me to approve, so this is the one that I'm trying to approve now, this particular one, which is on reviewer 1 submitted. So I click on this to go to the feedback and go and do the feedback for this particular employee. So I just come right here to this, and I can see all the score here, and I can also see all the comments, whether from the reviewee or the reviewer. So it says that Susan Red said this and Chikanyang said this, and at the same time as the reviewer 2, I can begin to score. I can put a comment, and I can also score the person. So when I put a comment, I can also score the person. So let's call this person so that we can finish it up. So I score her and I say, oh, you did well on this. And when I'm done with all the scoring, so I'm trying to wrap this up. So when I'm done with all the scoring, I click on complete feedback. The moment I click on complete feedback, it allows me to also suggest. So let's assume that I suggest that we actually promote this guy, and I put the reason why we should promote him. If I do not agree with the feedback from reviewer 1, I'll just click on disagree first review, or I just click on submit for review. And the moment I've done that, feedback is complete for this particular period. The moment this is done, you can see all the scores as the HR or the performance management person, from HR admin, from performance, and from appraisals. So the moment I click on the appraisals, I'm able to see the different performance cycles. So for example, this performance cycle that we're looking at is actually for this period, and if I click on the appraisals, I will see the score of Chikanyang right here. I will see the scores of Chikanyang right here. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'll be very and at the same time, before I conclude, if I go back to Chikanyang's dashboard, on Chikanyang's dashboard, you will discover that Chikanyang's performance feedback on the dashboard, this is Chikanyang, the performance feedback will also be having a new show, because now she has scored 81.99 in all her feedback. So you can see our score right here on this. Thank you very much. I'll be willing to actually answer any questions you might have. You can just drop your questions and send us a mail on info@godb.co.uk.